Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuwah and the truth, chosen and beloved of Yahuwah and lost sheep. I am going to be reading more from the CEPHERIYM, the book of the Shaymayim. But first I wanted to read a scripture from BYNB. It says, "Do not add to the word which I command you, and do not take away from it, so as to guard the commands of Yahuwah your Elohim, which I am commanding you." So I believe, because of that scripture, there's more questions here to be had. Like, why did the early circus fathers, or the Nicolaitans, why did they remove these scriptures in the first place? When it's a sin to add to or take away from the scriptures. And then this I was going to start reading for you guys. First, I truly thank my Elohim through Yahushua Mashiach for you all, that your belief is spoken of in all of the world. And that is from John 15 on page 935 of the BYNB. Okay, now let's get into it. I believe we are now in the book of Enoch. Yes, Enoch Rishon, first Enoch. CEPHERIYM, or Book of the Watchers. Okay, we are in chapter 1. The word of the blessing of Enoch, how he blessed the elect and the righteous who were to exist in the time of trouble, rejecting all the unrighteous and wicked. Enoch, a righteous man who was with Elohim, answered and spoke while his eyes were open, and he saw a Kodesh vision in the heavens, or in the Shaymayim. This the angels showed me. From them I heard all things and understood what I saw, that which will not take place in this generation, but in a generation which is to succeed at a distant period, on account of the elect. Upon their account I spoke and conversed with him, who will go forth from his habitation, the Kodesh and Mighty One, the Elohim of the world, who will hereafter tread upon Mount Sinai, appear with his hosts, and be manifested in the strength of his power from heaven, or the Shaymayim. All shall be afraid, and the watchers be terrified. Great fear and trembling shall seize them, even to the ends of the earth. The lofty mountains shall be troubled, and the exalted hills depressed, melting like a honeycomb in the flame. The earth shall be immerged, and all things which are in it perish, while judgment shall come upon all, even upon all the righteous. But to them shall he give peace. He shall guard the elect, and towards them exercise clemency. Then shall all belong to Yahuwah, be happy and blessed, and the splendor of Yahuwah shall illuminate them. Chapter 2. Behold, he comes with 10,000 of his Kodeshim, to execute judgment upon them, and destroy the wicked, and reprove all the carnal for everything which the sinful and wicked have done, and committed against him. Chapter 3. All who are in the heavens know what is transacted, that the heavenly luminaries change not their paths, that each rises and sets regularly, every one at its proper period, without transgressing the commands. They behold the earth and understand what is there transacted from the beginning to the end of it, that every work of Elohim is invariable in the period of its appearance. They behold summer and winter, that the whole earth is full of water, and that the cloud, the dew, and the rain refresh it. Chapter 14. They consider and behold every tree, how it appears to wither, and every leaf to fall off, except of 14 trees, which are not deciduous, which wait from the old to the appearance of the new for 2 or 3 winters. Chapter 5. Again they consider the days of summer, that the sun is upon it at its very beginning, while you seek for a covered and shady spot on account of the burning sun, while the earth is scorched up with fervid heat, and you become incapable of walking either upon the ground or upon the rocks in consequence of that heat. Chapter 6. They consider how the trees, when they put forth their green leaves, become covered and produce fruit. Understanding everything and knowing that he who lives forever does all these things for you. That the works at the beginning of every existing year, that all his works are subservient to him and invariable. Yet as Elohim has appointed, so are all things brought to pass. They see too how the seas and the rivers together complete their respective operations. You endure not patiently, nor fulfill the commandments of Yahuwah, but you transgress and calumniate greatness, and malignant are the words in your polluted mouths against his majesty. You withered in heart, no peace shall be with you, or shall be to you. Therefore your days shall you curse, and the years of your lives shall perish. Perpetually execration shall be multiplied, and you shall not obtain mercy. In those days shall you resign your peace with the eternal maledictions of all the righteous, and sinners shall perpetually execrate you. You with the wicked. The elect shall possess light, joy, and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. But you unholy, shall be accursed. Then shall wisdom be given to the elect, all of whom shall live and not again transgress by impiety or pride, but shall humble themselves, possessing prudence, and shall not repeat transgression. They shall not be condemned the whole period of their lives, not die in torment and indignation. But the sum of their days shall be completed, and they shall grow old in peace, while the years of their happiness shall be multiplied with joy and with peace forever, the whole duration of their existence. Chapter 7. It happened after the sons of men had multiplied in those days, that daughters were born to them, elegant and beautiful. And when the watchers, the sons of heaven, beheld them, they became enamored of them, saying to each other, Come, let us select for ourselves women from the progeny of men, and let us beget children. Then their leader, Shaymayim, said to them, I fear that you may perhaps be indisposed to the performance of this enterprise, and that I alone shall suffer for so grievous a crime. But they answered him and said, We all swear, and bind ourselves by mutual execrations, that we will not change our intention, but execute our projected undertaking. Then they swore all together, and all bound themselves by mutual execrations. Their whole number was 200, who descended upon Ardis, which is the top of Mount Sherman. That mountain therefore was called Sherman, because they had sworn upon it and bound themselves by mutual execrations. And upon Ardis means in the land of Jared. These are the names of their chiefs: Shemaiah, who was their leader, Uraka Baramiel, Akibael, Tamiel, Ramuel, Daniel, Azkael, Sarachniel, Asael, Armors, Batrael, Enain, Zavib, Sam Savael, Artael, Tural, Yamyael, Araziel. These were the prefects of the 200 angels, and the remainder were with them. All were with them. Then they took women, each choosing for himself, whom they began to approach, and with whom they cohabitated, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the dividing of roots and trees. And the women conceiving brought forth Nephilim. And they bore to them 3 races. First, the great Nephilim. The Nephilim brought forth the Nephilim, and the Nephilim brought forth the Eliud. And they existed, increasing in power according to their greatness, whose stature was each 300 cubits, very tall. These devoured all the labor of men until it became impossible to feed them. When they turned themselves against men in order to devour them, and began to injure birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, to eat one another's flesh and to drink their blood, then the earth reproved the unrighteousness. Chapter 8. Moreover, Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, shields, breastplates, the fabrication of mirrors, and the workmanship of bracelets and ornaments, to use the use of paint, the beautifying of the eyebrows, stones of every valuable and select kind of all sorts of dyes, so that the world became altered. I'm going to stop for a second because there's some notes on the bottom. Definition of Nephilim. In Ivarit, the offspring of the fallen watchers, or the fallen angels. The offspring of the Nephilim is seen at Numbers 13:33. Their flesh one after another, or one another's flesh. And there's a note that this phrase may refer to the destruction of one class of giants by another. I just wanted to add that in there. Okay. Impiety increased, fornication multiplied, and they transgressed and corrupted all their ways. And Mazarach taught all the sorcerers and dividers of roots, armors, the solution of sorcery. Barcaal, the observers of the stars. So they taught them astrology. Akibaal taught them signs. Tamiel taught astronomy. So observing the stars is different than astronomy. I apologize. And Asaradal taught the motion of the moon. And men being destroyed cried out, and their voice reached to the Shaymayim, the heaven. Sorry. Chapter 9. Then Michael and Gavriel, Raphael, Suriel, and Uriel looked down from Shaymayim, the heaven, and saw the quantity of blood which was shed on the earth, and all the iniquity which was done upon it, and said to one another, the voice of their cries, the earth deprived has cried even to the gate of heaven. And now to you, O you, Kodesh one of heaven, the souls of men complain, saying, bring judgment to us from El Elyon. Then they said to their Adoni, the king Adoni Ha'adanim, Elohai, Hey Elohim, or Ha-Elohim, Malek Ha-Malekim. The throne of your glory is forever and ever is your name sanctified and glorified. You are blessed and glorified. You have made all things. You possess power over all things, and all things are open and manifest before you. You behold all things, and nothing can be concealed from you. You have seen what Azazel has done. Now he has taught every species of iniquity upon earth, and has disclosed to the world all the secret things which are done in the Shaymayim, or the heavens. Shemiyaza also has taught sorcery, to whom you have given authority over those who are associated with him. They have gone together to the daughters of men, have lain with them, have become polluted, and have revealed their sins to them. The women likewise have brought forth Nephilim. Thus has the whole earth been filled with blood and with iniquity. And now behold, the souls of those who are dead cry out, and complain even to the gate of Shaymayim, or heaven. Their groaning ascends, nor can they escape from the unrighteousness which is committed on earth. You know all things before they exist. You know these things and what has been done by them, yet you do not speak to us. What on account of these things ought we to do to them? Okay, so there's a couple things here that I want to add. Discovered crimes, or revealed these sins. Obtain justice for us literally means bring judgment to us from. Observer of the stars, I guess that also means astrologers as well. Okay, so chapter 10. Then El Elyon, the great and Kodesh one, spoke, and sent Arsael Alalur to the son of Lamech, saying, Say to him in my name, conceal yourself. Then explain to him the consummation which is about to take place, for all the earth shall perish. The waters of a deluge shall come over the whole earth, and all things which are in it shall be destroyed. And now teach him how he may escape, and how his seed may remain in all the earth. Again Yahuwah said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into darkness, and opening the desert which is in Dudael, cast him in there. Throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. There shall he remain forever. Cover his face, that he may not see the light. And in the great day of judgment let him be cast into the fire. Restore the earth which the angels have corrupted, and announce life to it, that I may revive it. All the sons of men shall not perish in consequence of every secret by which the watchers have destroyed, and which they have taught their offspring. All the earth has been corrupted by the effects of the teaching of Azazel. To him, therefore, ascribe the whole crime. To Gavriel also Yahuwah said, Go to the bastards, to the reprobates, to the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication, the offspring of the watchers from among men. Bring them forth and excite them one against another. Let them perish by mutual slaughter. For length of days shall not be theirs. They shall all entreat you, but their fathers shall not obtain their wishes respecting them. For they shall hope for eternal life, and that they may live, each of them 500 years. To Michael likewise Yahuwah said, Go and announce his crime to Shemyaza, and to the others who are with him, who have been associated with women, that they might be polluted with all their impurity. And when all their sons shall be slain, then they shall see the perdition of their beloved. Bind them 70 generations underneath the earth, even to the day of judgment and of consummation, until the judgment, the effect of which will last forever, be completed. Then shall they be taken away into the lowest depths of the fire in torments, and in confinement shall they be shut up forever. Immediately after this shall Shemyaza together with them burn and perish. They shall be bound until the consummation of many generations. Destroy all the souls addicted to lust, and the offspring of the watchers, for they have tyrannized over mankind. Let every oppressor perish from the face of the earth. Let every evil work be destroyed. The plant of righteousness and the rectitude appear, and its produce become a blessing. Righteousness and rectitude shall be forever planted with delight. And then shall all the Kodashim give thanks and live until they have begotten 1,000 children, while the whole period of their youth and their Shabbats shall be completed in peace. In those days all the earth shall be cultivated in righteousness. It shall be wholly planted with trees and filled with benediction. Every tree of delight shall be planted in it. In it shall vines be planted, and the vine which shall be planted in it shall yield fruit to satiety, satiety. Sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Every seed which shall be sown in it shall produce for 1 measure 1,000, and 1 measure of olive shall produce 10 presses of oil. Purify the earth from all oppression, from all injustice, from all crime, from all impiety, and from all the pollution which is committed upon it. Exterminate them from the earth. Then shall all the children of men be righteous, and all nations shall pay me divine honors and bless me, and all shall adore me. The earth shall be cleansed from all corruption, from every crime, from all punishment, and from all suffering. Neither will I again send a deluge upon it from generation to generation forever. Okay, so next time I'm going to read, I'm hoping 10 more chapters. Yes, I will read 10 more chapters next time. And then I'm trying to see how long this is. This one I think is pretty long. Yes, it's very long. Okay. Yes, so each time I will read 10 lessons out of First Enoch. In First Enoch, there is there's 108 chapters in First Enoch. And the Sefer Publishing Company, they I had no idea. Like, I thought there were only 3 books in Book of Enoch. But when I was on a fellowship, I found out that there is actually 5 books of Enoch. The Sefer Publishing Company only published 2 books of Enoch in these books because they felt like, for some reason, the other ones should not be read. I don't understand why. And I want to be able to share the fullness of Enoch with you guys. So I have sought out book 3, Enoch 3, the book of Enoch 3. So I have found that online. So that book I'm going to read to you guys after I finish the whole series of Enoch. But I am also going to continue doing lessons from the actual Sefer itself. The only thing that I did not understand was why they had 2 separate collections of books. And then I talked with one of my my beloved Mishpaka, one of my sisters. She said that her Sefer has 3,000 something pages. Mine only has 1,700 something, 1,700 something pages compared to hers. So, excuse me. But the CEPHERIYM books that are extra, and they were a complete separate library, Dr. P's library, or Dr. Pigeon. They have some of the books that are in the Sefer, but they also have books that are not included in the Sefer. So, the Book of the Fathers has the Gospel of James and the Gospel of Mary and the teaching of the 12, the Didache. But I noticed that some of these books are not included in my Sefer. So what I was thinking, because one of my sister's books had 3,000 something pages of the Sefer in it, I'm thinking that probably the books that are missing out of my Sefer are in the Dr. P's library. Praise Yahuwah that I got Dr. P's library as well, along with my Sefer. I love you all. Baruch haba Hashem Yahuwah. Shalom and blessings. I love you.